Ladies and gentlemen, how are we all doing? Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the ajsTV channel. It is Aston Villa away at Brighton and Hove Albion this evening. We're going to start a poll. There we go. Who wins? Brighton. Villa. And the final option will be draw. I think draw will be a very heavily predicted option over on the poll on the red platform. I'm live on TikTok as well. Feel free to follow or watch however you want to watch. We'll just get up the TikTok chat as well because I forgot to do that for a bit last time. But yeah, so it's Aston Villa away at Brighton. They're very good, Brighton. They are definitely not a side to be taken lightly by any means. I think their home form is ridiculous. They haven't lost a home game in like over 8 months. It's kind of insane. They've had a good little run so far this season. In fact, if we have a look at the table, if you just bear with me a second. For some reason, I don't think I've gone live over on TikTok yet, even though I should have. Not entirely sure what that's about. I'll have to double check that as I go on. Anyway, yeah, so Brighton have been pretty good this year. Currently sat just below us in the table. Only 3 losses all season. None of them, like I said, at home. Their away form's a bit patchy, a little bit like Villa. But their home form is their strength. And if we look into the Villa-Brighton head-to-head, I think Villa have done decent at the Amex recently. If I just go to the head-to-head here, yeah, so Villa beat Brighton 3-0 at the Amex last season. I've just closed it down by accident because I'm an idiot. Because of course I did. Yeah, so let's go back to this. Head-to-head. So yeah, we beat them 3-0 away last year. Marlon scored in that. We did lose 1-0 the year before. That was when Olsen saved the penalty, actually. In a very tired, lethargic Villa team that essentially had already qualified. I think we already did qualify for the Champions League by that point. And yeah, we also beat them 6-1 in that around that period as well at home. We've had a good few battles with Brighton. We did lose away 1-0 and then away 2-1, but before that we beat them 2-1. So yeah, we've had our good battles. I think we've had our good battles with Brighton over the last couple of years. We'll go into both teams. Just bear with me because I think there's been a problem with my TikTok live. I don't think it started the live, which is really annoying. So I'm just gonna bear with me as I check this. I don't know what the issue is, but I think there is a problem. Oh no, it is live. What is going on then? I am live. It just wasn't telling me. Sorry to the TikTok viewers. I was about to end a stream that I thought wasn't happening. For some reason, I've had to log into a separate account to see that I'm live. This is how brilliant that application is. And I'm just reading the comments over there. It's cold in Brighton tonight, ready for Morgan Rogers. He is freezing. He is freezing. The only thing colder than Rogers... in fact, is there anything colder than Rogers? I was going to... that should be the other way around. The only thing colder than tonight down south would be Rogers, and I fucked that one up. Are you doing MPS? It's come on, Villa. Brighton can be jammy. True. But they're very good at home. They're very good at home, in fairness. Okay, bet score prediction. I'm going to go for 1-1. I know, boo me. Boo. I know, I should say a win, right? But, they are unbeaten at home. We don't travel very well. I don't think we play particularly well away at Leeds. Still got the 3 points, but, they're relegation threatened, and even then, we cut it close. That first half was terrible against Leeds. Second half was much better, but I don't think we travel too well. It is Ollie Watkins starting today. We'll get into the lineups of both teams. So just bear with me. Yeah, we're beating 3-0 away. NB, yeah, 3-0. Marlon got a goal off the bench. He came on, I remember he came on like 5 minutes ago and still managed to score, which I thought was hilarious. And OK Bet says 2-0 Brighton. That's interesting. Oh yeah, Martinez has pulled out of the game injured, which he's already done this season. I think at least on one occasion, if not two. So is Marco Bizot in goal today for Aston Villa. Harry, is your mum kind of homeless? He says, Brighton, please, I need this. Jerome says, hey, Martina. Yeah, I just read Martina not playing tonight. How you doing, Erin? Hi, AJ, watching from California. Please, let's score some goals. Come on, Ollie, and up the Villa. Well, we've had some interesting news come out about Ollie Watkins, and I'll get into that later as we go on into this stream. So in goal for Aston Villa, it's not Emi Martinez. He was listed, but he has pulled out late due to injury. So rather than Emi Martinez, it will be Marco Bizot. Matson, Torres, Konza, Matty, Cash make up the back four. Onana and Kamara is our midfield pivot. With Evan Gesson back in the lineup for Aston Villa today, which we'll see how that goes, but I'm not the biggest fan of Gesson. Morgan Rogers probably behind Ollie Watkins in our 4-4-2 with John McGinn out wide. I also didn't massively enjoy McGinn out wide. I know people will say he got the assist for Kamara out wide as he cut it back into him. I just think, I think he's better in the midfield where he can, he can basically, he can battle a bit harder in the middle. That is just my honest opinion. We'll see how it goes. Do bear with me. I will be back in a second. I just have to go do something. 1 second. Sorry, guys. I will be back. I promise. I promise. I did forget a couple things. Now, where I put them is another question. Okay. I had to grab my tablet. I had to grab a drink. Okay, so I think we're ready to go again, unless I'm forgetting anything. There we go. Right, so we're underway at the Amex for Aston Villa away at Brighton and Hove Albion. We're going to be in the all-claret strip today. Yeah, no Donyell Marlon. I'm a little bit upset about that, but I don't know. I kind of get it because away we want more of a consistent lineup. The lineup to kind of stay the same. I get it in a way, but I would rather see Donyell out there. Opinion on Al Karbi, he's old. He's very old. And he plays for a small club. Long ball forward towards McGinn. Foul. Already free kick to Aston Villa. Foul on Boubacar Kamara. Who is very quickly becoming... I say very quickly. He's probably been a fan favourite for a while. But he definitely is a fan favourite, Boubacar Kamara. Jerome says 1-1 as well for score prediction. Guys, give me your score predictions down in the comments. Right, so I have lineup in front of me, screen over here, chat in my left hand. I probably should get chat up actually over on my PC, to be honest. Although it wasn't showing it earlier, so I have no idea what's going on, to be honest. Like I said, I nearly ended a live stream that technically was still going on. Not sure what that was all about. Oh, I haven't even gone through their team as well. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. Do bear with me. I was a little bit late doing things today. I went live on time though, which that's good for me. Okay, it is officially now saying that I'm live, which is good because it wasn't doing that before. Right, cool. That should be all good then. I just have to flow between these two chats, so hopefully I can do that. Hey, doing Real? It's AJ's live. It's a good day. Oh, that's a very lovely comment from you, mate. I appreciate that. Hopefully, Villa can pick up 3 massive points away at the Amex. Hopefully, we can be the first team to actually go to the Amex and win this season. Who's Brighton's most known player? Well, it has to be, I think, Danny Welbeck. But he's not starting today. So Brighton have Verbruggen in goal, a back four of Weaver, Van Hecke, Dunk, and Kadioglu. They have a similar setup to us, actually, with Baliba and Gomez in their pivot. Minter one side, De Kuiper the other, and Gruder behind Simas down the middle. Is that? Surely that's not his first game for Brighton. No, it's not. It's a bug. So Simas did actually score last time out for Brighton. And he's also playing for the Greece under-21s and scoring over there. So this guy is a little bit of a threat, to say the very least. Which Villa player is going to score screamer? It was Kamara last. I mean, we do love bangers, don't we? The goal of the season catalogue is like half filled with Aston Villa goals, to be honest. Guys, if you haven't already, please double tap the screen. We already have hit 300 likes today. We've only just gone live, so any likes would be appreciated. Appreciate you all. How you doing, Erica? What's good? Thank you for the rose. Okay, bet. If you didn't catch my stream against Wolves, I did take about over a month away. I got a new job as a data analyst. So I've kind of just been busy with life, but I'm back live. So apologies for the missed streams. I usually had like a consistent schedule of streaming Aston Villa games, but I should officially be properly back now over this wonderful Christmas period. So on the bench for Aston Villa, what could be the impact substitutes? We've got Bogard, Emi Buendia, Luca Dean, Alex Garcia, Victor Lindelof, Daniel Marlon, Emi Martinez, who he's not injured enough to not feature on the bench, so he's picked up what I would say a knock. But it's not enough to start. Jadon Sancho and Yuri Tielemans feature for the rest of the substitutes. Still Tyrone Mings out injured, and Ross Barkley, him coming off the bench in the last game, picked up a knock with his knee, so he's also out as well. Which is frustrating because he's had a very injury-ridden Villa career so far. Kamara does well, by the way, as he tries to tumble through Brighton's midfield, but eventually does get tackled. Chat, we missed all the lives. Anyone got a stream? Unfortunately, I do not, but if you want to promote somewhere that's good, feel free to do so. I'm watching on Sky Sports. Like I said, any legal way I can watch football, I always pay it. And it costs a lot of money to do it, unfortunately, for me. Can we get AJ to 7.5k followers today, mate? You are. Bro, I should hire you as, like, channel project manager. That's good analytic follow engagement. I love that. Ronnie Hollingshead is on the bench, ain't he? Not Martinez. Well, has it been? Is it? Well, Flash Score might be wrong. I'm only reading off Flash Score here. Oh, he is. You are correct. They've just replaced it. I'm not joking. They've just replaced it because it was Emi Martinez, and now they've replaced it with Hollingshead, number 60, as our backup keeper. So he is actually fully just not featuring. So the website I was using actually listed the squad wrong. So I apologise. However, they've only just updated that, and I managed to just look for a second time. Hollingshead is the Aston Villa under-21s goalkeeper, for anyone who is wondering. Well, he's not even the first team keeper. He's like the backup. So we have the backup under-21s keeper on the bench for Aston Villa. I'm watching it. I'm watching it on Sky Sports Live. There are several games over on Sky, which is nice because I was wondering if this was going to be another one of the sessions I'd have to go and scour the internet. I don't know how so many people have ways to get dodgy sticks, bro. Everyone just seems to know a guy. I don't know. I don't know a guy. I did know a guy. I don't speak to that guy anymore. So like, I don't know how everyone seems to know a guy. This is why I cut out middleman and just pay, and like hope for the best and hope there's like tons of Villa games on live TV that I can watch in the UK and not have to worry about it. Because I currently do not know a guy. Congrats on the job, and I'm glad you're streaming today. That's very sweet of you, Erin. Yeah, it was. Well, I went to university for it. If any of you guys know any bit of my personal life, so I'm kind of glad that I can use my degree. I used it briefly for a very shit first line tech job, which I did not enjoy, and it was not paid very well. And I left subsequently after about 6 months. It was very horrid. So, yeah, onwards and upwards for me, and hopefully for Aston Villa too. We've played 8 minutes at the Amex. It's still goalless, and there's been very little to report. Cushion header forward from Minter. Bit of a scrap there with Ian Matson on this left-hand side. Rodgers helping to defend. They still keep it though, Brighton. Lump the cross in towards the far post. Looking for De Kuiper. It's gone out for a corner, but the Villa fans surround the referee saying it should have been a goal kick. Well, I didn't look at that. And this could cause some controversy here. Have I missed anything over on YouTube? Oh, I haven't. Okay. So like I said, I'm live on both platforms, Red platform as well as TikTok. I don't think the Red platform actively affects the algorithm if I say certain words. Oh, Bizot's missed the... Oh my God, it's in. Bizot nightmare. Bizot disaster. 1-0 Brighton. It's from a corner. What has gone on here? I mean, McGinn claiming for a foul. Bizot saying he was shoved in the back. And we're going to see what's going on here. What on earth is going... I want to see what happened there. Bizot, he did look like he was fouled, but am I just saying that from a Villa point of view? Corner comes in, so someone's marking him. It's not enough on him. That will stand, I think. I don't think there's enough to disallow that. Oh my Lord, that's a horrid goal. That will most likely stand. I would be very surprised if that gets disallowed. It's not a foul on the keeper. Yeah, I don't know what Bizot is doing there. I have no words for that. It does stand. I mean, is anyone surprised it stood? Bizot claimed he was pushed in the back, but I think you're really I think you're taking the piss really there. That's poor. That's really poor goalkeeping from Bizot, and we've not really seen Marco Bizot make that many mistakes for Aston Villa. They're gonna check it. I mean, really? If this gets oh, there is a little hand in the back. Is that enough? I'm trying to look at this from a non-Villa point of view, right? Is that enough to stop Bizot getting it? Look, personally, if that's against Villa, I think that's harsh, and I would be saying that right now. If this was something, it has been given, yeah. I'm not surprised. If that was a goal that Villa scored and they were looking at disallowing it for that, I probably would have been like, why? I mean, it's a shit goal to concede. It really is. 1-0 to Brighton. Okay. It's a really poor bit of goalkeeping from Marco Bizot, it turns out in the end. And all of that is because of Emi Martinez couldn't play today due to somehow getting injured. He loves getting injured before games. Do we have to wrap him in cotton wool for him to be able to play games sometimes? Not entirely sure what that's all about, but I digress. It is 1-0 Brighton. Just so you guys, I probably did not explain that very well. So Brighton had a corner. Bizot went to catch it at the near post, and there was the player marking him put maybe one hand on his back. Bizot misses the flight of the ball entirely. Then there's a complete and utter melee in the middle of the box. I think it even hits like Rodgers' arm as well. It's a complete and utter scramble. But eventually it does end up in the back of the net. In fact, who even scored for Brighton? I didn't even see the goal scorer. Van Hecke, the centre half. Van Hecke scored. Yeah, this could be a tough night. This could be a tough night. I'll see what the Villa fans think online. Like I said, I personally don't think that was a foul. You got to look at those decisions and you got to think, okay, how would you feel if, you know, if that was like a Villa goal that has been ruled out? How would I feel about that? It is what it is, unfortunately. McGinn, though, into Rodgers at the other end. Rodgers to Ollie Watkins, deflecting. It does go wide of the post. And Villa do have a corner. It's the first time we've even entered their half. Yeah, a lot of people on Twitter saying it's going to be a long night. We never concede good goals. Yeah. It was never a corner in the first place. I mean, that was another thing. It shouldn't have even been a corner to Brighton in the first place. And like, it's weird because they can disallow goals for fouls in the build-up, but surely they can disallow a goal from a corner that shouldn't have been a corner anyway. Like, which, considering it didn't even happen that long ago, I find that interesting personally. That is just not a thing. And I've seen for myself tons of goals in the past that probably shouldn't have stood because of the wrong set piece being given. I don't know, just food for thought. Right, we've got stats on screen now. If you're over watching on, well, in fact, I think we've got stats everywhere now. I used to have like a very small view over on the TikTok, but I now have stats over there too. I'm just fixing them because they break sometimes. It's not fun being a streamer, guys. I promise you, it ain't worth it. It ain't worth the hassle. There we go. So XG. I mean, their XG is through the roof already because it was an open goal, essentially, for De Kuiper. Are you doing, Dreadcars? Hi, mate. Are you doing well? 2-1 to Villa. Well, hopefully we can cut it back. They're looking for handball, not the shove. Was there a handball? There was more of a handball on Morgan Rogers than anything else. But there was one hand into the back of his who he did claim it was a foul. I didn't have my earpiece in, so I can only guess what they were checking for. Either way, still not enough. Currently working away with no way watching the game up the Villa. Well, Dallas, I am envious of you right now because Villa have started this game pretty poorly, to be honest. AC says check every corner with VAR before it's taken. No, you don't have to check every corner with VAR, only if the goal happens. And even then, I think it doesn't have to be a long check. Or at least if there's a claim that it's not going to... I don't know. I just feel like there's a better way of doing it. Do we check to see if there's a foul in every build-up? Or it's typically only when... It's only when a team will claim for a foul and then they'll have a look. Because they don't just check every goal to see. Hang on, we have to pause this to see if there's been a foul in this goal. So I suppose they don't have to check every corner, you know, kind of like that. But whenever there's like clear protest about a corner that has been wrongfully given, I feel like they should be able to have a look at it. I said 1-1 before the start of today, and we're already 1-0 down. So hopefully we can come back into this. I don't know if you guys have seen, by the way. Apparently, Ollie Watkins has been playing with knee pain during the last year, which maybe does help explain his poor form this season. But again, I'm going to make the point. If it's true and he has that knee pain, why has he been playing? Surely you don't play with that. Like, I don't really get it. It's like, okay, it might help explain form, but like, why is he then playing? It's not like we've had Donyell Marland for that whole time. We had Rashford a year ago. Well, not even a year ago. We had Rashford within that year, I should say, who did play up front. And apparently he was complaining at game time. Do you remember? I remember that. Do you guys remember when Rashford was playing over Ollie Watkins and Ollie was upset about it? But like, this is apparently was during the same time that Ollie had knee injury. We're gonna. Do I call it a knee injury? Do I call it knee pain? What do I even call it? I don't think it's like let's just excuse all the form and put that. We're putting the Watkins thing to bed now just because he's told everyone that he's had a bit of pain. Like, I don't agree, personally. I don't know. Very weird. Rogers into Torres. 17 minutes gone, still 1-0 to Brighton. Van Hecker with a poor bit of goalkeeping from Marco Bizot. He wasn't even supposed to start today, in truth, but that is the difference so far. Villa yet to really do anything. Watkins had a shot deflected wide, and the subsequent corner went nowhere. And now Konza trying to lump the ball towards Morgan Rogers, and Verbruggen will pluck it out the sky. Not great, in truth, from Villa. I mean, we still have a long way to go, but Brighton are unbeaten in the Premier League at home this season. Elsewhere, there has been a goal at the Emirates. Arsenal 1, Brentford nils. Arsenal try and go even further clear at the top of the Premier League. It's starting to feel like the Arsenal of like, what is it? Was it 3 years ago when they were top of the league by a mile? I think they're like 11 points clear and they bottled it. It's starting to feel like that, where it, that free flowing Arsenal football, under Arteta then. However, I think they're a bit more experienced and their squad's better now. So I actually don't think the bottle is gonna come anytime soon, to be honest. I don't know. Martinez always takes injury. He'll be back. Fakes injury. Then why travel with the squad though? Why travel? He's on the bench. He's literally sat watching the game from the stands. I just feel like if you're gonna fake injury, you do it so you don't have to travel to the game. I feel like that's not like an insane thing to say. Free kick to Brighton. De Kuyper smashed into the box, cleared away by Villa. I apologise if I missed so much of my chat. I have missed my chat over on the red platform. It says it doesn't look like they'll bottle it this time. Yeah, unfortunately, it doesn't. Guys, we had 2,500 likes over on TikTok. I appreciate all your support. As always, there's not many Villa fans on this platform. So even if you're not a fan of Villa and you just want to like laugh at Villa or laugh at me when we don't do very well, I have a lot of... You won't believe it. I have hundreds of fans of Birmingham City who follow me just so they can tune in to see me upset if Villa are getting beat. Fans of Birmingham. So, like, if they can follow me, anyone can. Ian Matson on the ball for Aston Villa. They are pressing us very heavily here. We've got to make sure we are careful. If we go 2-0 down here, it's game over. And I'd feel for all the Villa fans who travelled. Oh, Pau Torres has turned someone so far inside out, they've injured themselves. There's no way. There is absolutely no way. Pau Torres. That is a bit cold. I can't lie from Torres. Torres has turned so cleanly that Simas, the striker for Brighton, got twisted like a pretzel. He's out himself. That is actually hilarious. I can't even lie. He's now receiving treatment. How often can you ever say that you've seen that? Because that's up there for me. I don't think I've seen that very often at all, where you've got a player who will, he'll turn that well that it causes the other player to hurt themselves. He can be quite tidy on the ball, in fairness, Pau Torres. How are we looking at attacking? We've barely attacked them, in fairness. And the goal we conceded, Ian, was a disaster for Bizot from a corner. He let it go through his hands, and then they scored a tap in, essentially, through like a melee of problems. Yeah, he's still down, getting treatment from physio. He really might have hurt himself. I feel a bit bad for laughing, but like, you can't injure yourself like that. Can you imagine if he tore a muscle doing that? By just getting turned inside by a centre-half. That is... You'd think this would happen more with centre-halves against strikers on the ball. Not vice versa. Kai, I currently am watching properly through Sky Sports. If someone wants to recommend a place to go, that's fine. Feel free to promote that. But... currently, I'm watching on Sky Sports, and in fairness to Sky, and I don't give them any props, but there are a lot of games live right now. Arsenal, Brentford, Leeds, Chelsea, Liverpool, Sunderland, and Brighton, Villa are all on Sky Sports. So I'll give them credit, because in the past, even in recent past, they've, games like this, aren't live. Oh, I've just watched it again. Oh, he's going. Is he going off? Hang on. He's being subbed. He's being subbed. Oh my life! Pau Torres has actually snapped someone. He has actually rolled his. I say he's rolled his ankles. He rolled his ankles and he pulled his knee. What on earth? So it looks like ACL. Typically, they struggle to walk though when they've done ACL. So I don't know if it's that. I just think his knee ligament might have gone. And now another Brighton player's down. Get the sniper off the roof. Get him off the roof. Because what is going on? We've only just kicked back on. Like it's been, there was like 2-3 minutes of stoppage. And now Van Hecker went down. What was this about? Oh, get stuff, man. Watkins put an arm towards him and he dropped to the ground like a sack of bricks, bro. Watkins don't look interested recently. Have you seen the conversation Ollie Watkins had, essentially saying he's been playing with like an injury, essentially. He's been having a lot of pain in his knee over the last year, which may explain some of the form that has dropped in Ollie Watkins. That literally came out today. I do question though, why on earth has he been playing? I question it. I've already said it today. Why play if your knee is bad? Then why is he playing? Why was he so desperate to play ahead of the likes of Marcus Rashford? You know, I don't really get it. I don't know. Like he wanted to start ahead of Duran, and we sold Duran, and now what? He's had an injury since or around that time. I'm not too sure. Brighton have another chance. That's a free kick right on the edge of the box, and Rodgers is absolutely seething that that's been given. It's a free kick for Brighton, and we've been stiffed a little bit because the goal they scored came from a corner which was never a corner. And is this a foul? Really? It is a foul, to be fair. He tries to hook the ball and he just catches the ankle. So in fairness, that was a foul. But the goal they scored was shouldn't have happened really. But it is a free kick to Brighton anyway. I'm gonna be on after this game or a bit later. I'm not sure if I'll be on today. I'm just feeling a bit tired. I had a lot to do at work today. Presto said, "Why is Watkins starting after Nipa?" Exactly. That's what I just want to ask. Welbeck's coming up. I didn't even see the sub. Was it Welbeck who came up? I didn't even see the sub. No, it's Hinchelwood. Hinchelwood's come on. You would have thought it'd have been Danny Welbeck, considering it'd be like for like. Ollie has the World Cup on his mind too. Last thing he wants is to be injured for the summer, but he also wants to stay in the England pool. He won't get close to the England squad if he doesn't play. Yeah, they didn't bring on Danny Welbeck, which is interesting. Free kick to Brighton though. If this is 2-0, we're in the proper shit here. It does go over. I don't think there was a finger from Bizot there. I think that's just gone straight over the bar. It's not a goal. So this guy, Mason, is a clown, and he's also getting muted. So everybody say goodbye to Mason. Oh, hang on. I need to log into my own account to do that, actually. Never mind. Mason survives for a few more seconds, guys. Because I'm literally in the wrong account. There you go. Sorry, guys. now he's saying goodbye. What a clown. What a clown. Konza back to Marco Bizot. Villa do play out from the back, trying to find Maatsen. That's actually quite cold for Maatsen. Outside his foot, played it into... Oh, no, we do have a Matthew Cash. Yeah, outside the foot, he played a pass to his centre-back partner. And I just want a bit of a higher tempo here from Villa. I don't know. Like, I feel like Brighton... The way Brighton play, you'd think they were the ones chasing the game. Like, it's a very energetic style of play. Rodgers, great ball into Watkins, chance for Villa. Ollie Watkins. Oh, that's a poor finish from Ollie Watkins. And oh, how many chances is he gonna miss this season? He might have been offside anyway. Oh, he's not scuffed it into the ground, but he essentially might as well have. He's trying to. I feel like the ball is a little bit too far behind him, and now Brighton have a chance at the other end. I don't believe this. 2-0 via deflection. Well, that really stings. That stings. Watkins at one end could have made it 1-1, and the shot has deflected off Pau Torres, and it's 2-0. Absolute disaster. Absolute disaster. Ollie missing a sitter at one end, as he's, I'm going to say he does essentially scuff it into the ground. We get beat on the break at the other as the ball's clipped over the head of Konza. Torres does really well to try and close down the shot, because he actually gets there with a bit of pace. But unfortunately, it deflects off the tip of his boot and sends his own goalkeeper the wrong way. 2-0. Dear oh dear. Nightmare at the Amex for Villa. It's so funny how football works, man. This sport can be brutal. Because Ollie should have made it 1-1. In fairness, and then we go and concede. Like, if Ollie buries that, it's a different game. But the Ollie of old keeps showing its ugly rear face. And he scuffs his shot into the hands of the keeper. Like, if we don't even get a corner from it, his shot is very tame. Keeper catches it, and then from the counter attack of that, we go and make a mess of defending them, and they go and make it 2-0. Yeah, Dowie is probably a Birmingham fan, which, I mean, it must upset him for him to see how well we've been doing this season. Considering they're absolute dog shit. They have the budget that Blues have, and you compare them to Coventry, and then you look at how well Coventry have been doing. I mean, I'd be embarrassed personally. Brighton on the left with the Kuiper. I've got to make sure this doesn't become an absolute tonkin here, to be honest. Keeper's shot. Look, I feel for Bizot because he has been thrown into this, and then he doesn't have a great start to this game. Obviously, I don't blame him for the goal because it takes a deflection off Torres. You can't. It's hard to blame keepers when there's a deflection in front of goal. In truth, like, it's very easy for me to say he should do better there when Torres is, in fairness to Pau Torres, like I said, he's done really well to cover the ground and get there. But unfortunately, he deflects it towards his own near post. And Marco Bizot is literally diving the other way, because he's expecting the trajectory of the shot to, go towards the other corner, which is where it was heading. That's a foul on Pau Torres, and free kick to Villa has been given. Still, look, we still have a long way to go. Fulham were 5-1 down to Man City at home and managed to nearly pull that one back. So we have a long way to go today. It's just, you probably couldn't start a game worse than this. And look, I've said we've been questionable away this season. I pointed out the Leeds game where I don't think we played particularly well, but still managed to get the win. But we didn't play well. Liverpool, we were terrible. We played one of the worst Liverpool teams in Premier League history, and we still, deservedly lost there. We lost to Go Ahead Eagles away in the Europa League. Gave them their first ever European win. drew against 10-man Sunderland away from home. Like, our away form is pretty dire. We are literally home FC. Because Roger's not offside there as he plays a pass into Maatsen. Maatsen goes down. And we want a decision there. I mean, if we got a penalty for that... you never know, this could be a game. They might check this. Does he go a bit soft there, Maatsen? He does get caught. That could be a penalty, actually. He has a couple nibbles at Maatsen, and the last one he actually does get significant contact. They are going to check this on VAR. I think that's significant contact. This could be a penalty for Villa. I wasn't going to say yes until this last one. He clips his toe, and that's enough, I think, to give it. The couple little nibbles prior to that is not enough, but that last one, check complete. Are you serious? Okay, well, I disagree with that, in fairness. Look, I've been very, very unbiased in this stream, right? I even said their goal should have stood. I try and keep it as unbiased as I can, but that's a penalty. That is a penalty. He's literally swung a boot at Maatsen, caught his foot, and Maatsen goes down. So I am surprised. I am surprised that doesn't get overturned. It's one of those where if he gives it on field, they wouldn't tell the referee to overturn it. Unfortunately, which I hate that as like a principle, by the way, because they don't want to like re-referee the game. But it's if a foul is a foul, it's a foul. So I don't really understand that. And like I said, their goal was fine. I didn't have a problem with their goal. I'm very unbiased on this channel. You know, like I think that's okay. Like even this game, we've played terribly so far. Brighton deserve the 3 points, but Maatsen does get tripped over there. I was about to say like that's not a foul because he takes like 2 swipes at Maatsen, doesn't really properly connect with him or the ball, and I was about to say like yeah that's not a penalty, but his third swipe does actually catch Maatsen in the foot. And then he goes down, and that's when I'm like, well, he does actually catch him there. So, yeah, it would have been a very undeserved lifeline for Aston Villa. And with that penalty record, we probably would have missed it anyway. But it definitely would have been something back in the game for us, which we probably do desperately need, because I can't see us getting into it without it, to be honest. Dan the Blue Nose. I wonder who he supports. Says you lot will cry penalty over anything. I'm a football fan. You will probably, when you go down to St Andrews, will cry at any foul. That's what football fans do. On this channel, though, it's different to like a chat with your mates at the pub. I'll actually not be biased, and I will say things as they are. You know. So unless you're new to the sport, my friend, that is how it goes. I think Villa will score. It is looking ropes, to be honest. I don't know. Just give me a second. I accidentally removed my YouTube chat. I've said the word. Views are now plummeting. Oh yeah. Hello. Yeah, I'll know what I've missed. It's not our time here. We've been a disaster. That is not a pen pal. What's a pen pal? It is a foul. And I'm not having this from you guys. Cross is really good. It's in! Yes! One back. Watkins has scored a goal. Oh my God. Ollie Watkins has scored a goal. And I nearly didn't even see that because I was reacting to clowns in my comments. Ollie Watkins, it is a very scrappy goal across from the left. It's bundled in by Aston Villa's number 11. I mean, that's such a crap goal. I can't lie. Cross from Maatsen goes all the way through. It's just kind of hit Ollie Watkins in the box as he's sliding. I mean, this could have hit off anyone. This might not even be a Watkins goal. It's either Watkins or Watkins, Gesson, and 2 Brighton defenders all slid for the ball, and it's hit one of the 4. It's is that an own goal? It might not even be Ollie's goal. Well, Ollie's claimed it, but it might not even be his goal. But Aston Villa have a goal out of basically nothing. So yeah, you can hold that. You can hold that. Clowns in the comments. Dread said there goes my bet of 2-1 Villa. Well, it's 2-1 just the other way. The goal also did stand. I was worried they were going to disallow it for something. But it does stand. Villa quietly back in this game out of nowhere. I mean, their keeper's dog shit. I've said this for a very long time. I've always thought Brighton have had a very long list of shit goalkeepers. I don't know what it is with this club. They play such nice football. They have a great team. I've never probably ever rated a Brighton goalkeeper in the most recent Premier League era. Genuinely name me a Brighton keeper that's been good. Because Sanchez is awful. They had... Who's the one before Verbruggen? Who's even worse? I can't... They had one that was even worse. I swear it's like... Was he Dutch? I can't remember. But they've always had shit keepers, Brighton. Steele's terrible. Jason Steele's absolutely terrible. I don't know how they've always had shit keepers, but they've always had shit goalkeepers. Well, I can only hear Villa fans as well out here, which is very nice to see. That's a foul and probably a yellow card for Kamara because a little shirt pull. Referee plays advantage as Brighton do play the ball down the left-hand side. It is Brighton 2, Aston Villa 1. Goals from, it was... What's his name? Van Hecker from a corner as Bizot had a nightmare in goal. And then a second goal. Has it been credited as an own goal? It might have gone down as a Torres own goal. I mean, it was a shot deflected in. I think, was it it might have been De Kuyper who had the shot. It deflected off Torres into the back of the Villa net. And now we've had an Ollie Watkins goal to put Villa back in it. Another player from Brighton's gone down. I will say, Unai Emery is incensed on the Villa bench about them essentially time wasting. They're a shit club overall, to be fair, says Ben. They don't belong in the Premier League, tiny club. In fairness, there is no... Look, my take on this is there is no such thing as a team deserves or doesn't deserve to be in a league. They are there based on their merit. You can say if you don't like them. But I've never been a fan of being like, you know, I don't know. Let's take Rochdale being in the National League. Rochdale currently are they, or did they go up last year? They were in the National League at one point. Probably an awful example to use because I think they got promoted last year actually. You know, York City were at once in the I think they're in the 5th tier now. They were once in League One. You could say, oh, they don't deserve to be in the 5th tier. But like, well, they do because they wouldn't be there if they were good. They wouldn't be there, you know. So, off your own merit, teams are where they are. Yeah, oh no, Rochdale are currently top of the National League, so that's actually an apt thing to make. They probably will go up, Rochdale. For some reason I thought they got promoted last year, but no, I should have backed myself because they were a very good analogy to use in the end. Didn't know there was a size limit. I can't remember what I said. I've waffled a lot in maybe the last minute. Reckon we can still win it, says Jay. I don't know, because like we've scored basically off our only attack, so it's hard to say. We've created nothing really. The goals come out of nowhere. Verbruggen has had a nightmare for. I mean, this has been 2 very shit goalkeepers today. As much as I like Marco Bizot, he's had a shit time in goal. And their keeper has shit the bed as well, because that cross should not have caused that many problems. As much as it was a good ball in, I think it was Matsson's cross, and it was a good ball in, but Verbruggen has proper shat the bed for Brighton. And yeah, it was a very funny goal, I can't lie. To see 4 players slide towards the ball and it just hits one of them. Like, it could have been Gesson, it could have been Ollie, it could have been either of the two centre halves. It doesn't really matter who it hit. I think it hit Ollie because Ollie claimed it. That is his second goal of the season, which may do him a world of good. You never know. He might be happy with that he got the final touch, and maybe he can start building on this season. We have seen in the past where Ollie's had those like dry patches of no goals, where he'll finally get a goal and then start playing well. So we'll see. We'll see if that happens. I don't know. I'm just gonna have a look on Twitter and see some opinions about things. I've also just seen that Mark Goldbridge actually complained that the Villa goal we conceded at the very start. Rodgers does really well there, by the way, to keep the ball in play. I thought it was just going out. And then Watkins has just given Brighton the ball straight away. Oh, dear. Yeah, honestly, my YouTube chat actually has like 3 brain cells sometimes, because like some people are saying, do I have eyes? And I go and look on Twitter, and everyone is perplexed on Twitter as to why the penalty is not given. And the only people I've seen who's disagreed with that are a couple clowns on my YouTube chat. It's not even just a me thing. I've just typed in Matsson's name, and it's just constant people asking, what on earth are they looking at? It's an obvious penalty. Someone even says, like, a quote, just a trip there. Yeah, a trip in the box that sends Matsson down, ? I'm glad it's not just me. Have I been rage baited? I feel I've been rage baited. Because I've been baited enough to go and have a look. So I was like, surely it's not just me who's thought this. And it isn't. It is just a couple clowns. But yeah. It's fine. We scored moments after anyway. It's all good. Okay, I've been far. Okay, I have been baited. I was gonna say, like, I was like, if you've never, it really hurt my mind, to be honest. I was like, if you didn't know the sport, it's the only way I can think like how you wouldn't give that. I was very surprised, and I was like, surely it's just you twats. I have been trolled. Fair enough. I'll admit it. I looked on Twitter. That's a penalty surely on Gesson now. Gesson's been pulled to the ground. Are you serious? It's happened again. Ball forward. Okay, that one he goes soft. Fair. You know what? Fine. Gesson, I think, has gone down a little bit soft there. There was a pull on him. There was a little pull on him, but he does throw himself to the ground, which probably doesn't help. The first viewing of that in normal speed looked like a foul. The slowdown really did show that he threw himself to it. But yeah. It is a corner to Brighton, though. Van Hecker, by the way, was given an absolute bollocking to his teammate over something. Corner comes in. Head away by Amadou Onana. Minter. Good block. That could have gone anywhere. Cash clears long. We're over a minute into added time. They've still not given an actual time limit. We've not been given added time. 6 minutes. It finally happens now. 6 minutes have been announced. We're in the 46th minute for them to announce that. So what? We get 5 minutes now? I guess. I don't know. That was weird. You don't often see it tick over a whole minute by the time that we actually get that appear on screen, but whatever. Every time I get some players with terrible, he's utter shit, isn't he, Victoria? Absolutely shit. I can't lie. And I back Villa players. I really do. Especially someone like, look, I love this club. I have a channel. I try and keep it fairly positive on here. And if anyone puts on the Villa shirt, I'll try and back them. But Gesson is absolute shite. And I fail to see what he's good at. I really do. What does he have that Harvey Elliott doesn't? Because Elliott has just been frozen out of his team. And I don't know why. I'd rather Harvey Elliott on crutches than Evan Gesson, to be honest. He's absolutely shy. Who were the scouts looking at this guy? We spent 20 plus million on this guy. Who authorized that? He plays like he's got chinos on, and he's got a pair of Timberlands on as well. Honestly, man. He's absolute shite. But he played on the wing, though, in France. Look, I know he has played down the middle, but last season he played a fair few games out wide. So it's not like it's a new position for Gesson. I find it really strange. But then, and even if you're right, and we did go and buy someone who plays down the middle and only down the middle, why did we buy him then? Because Marlon can play down the middle very well, as we have clearly seen, not only at Villa, but at previous clubs as well. So why would we go and do it anyway? Even if that was true. It's very strange. Oh, to be fair, Maatsen, he's got lucky there. What a pass! Watkins is in! Ollie Watkins! What a save, in truth. You know what? I'll give Verbruggen... It's another miss for Watkins, but in fairness, that is an absolutely outrageous save. He's offside anyway, Ollie, so it wouldn't have counted. Yeah, he's well offside. That's fine. There's no question about that. What a save, though. I mean, Watkins has tried to fire that in the top corner, and Verbruggen, full stretch, tips it over. That's pretty good goalkeeping. I'll give him that. Look, he has to bury it, of course. But he's offside. Ollie's offside anyway, but he didn't know that. But that's a pretty decent save from Bart Verbruggen. Hence why Tottenham wanted him to be a hold-up striker while Solanke's injured. I mean, it's probably because he's comfortable playing... I think he's comfortable playing anywhere across the front three. That's fucking shit. Rodgers. That's terrible. We have a throw-in into Rodgers, and he accidentally has a horrid touch, and he goes out of play. I mean, you see that in the National League. And look, you can expect the ball to not always be perfect at you from a throw-in. You have to react. That's pretty shit. Don't worry, AFCON is soon. Gesson will be Ivory Coast. It's a room for Marlon. It's so weird. Like the African Cup of Nations, I think Villa benefit from it due to the other players from other teams. I think we're missing out on a lot less than other teams. So I think we technically benefit from AFCON compared to other teams. I think, as silly as it may sound, I think AFCON, I'm surprised it's not a deterrent for some teams to not buy certain players, because you miss out on a fair portion of the season due to that competition. It's quite an impactful part as well. Villa do get a corner, and this will probably be the last set piece of the first half. United's cooked when AFCON have... Yeah, United have loads of players in the AFCON. At least you don't have to rely on Onana, because I know he goes to AFCON as well. But yeah, United have tons of AFCON players. Corner to Aston Villa. Towards far post. Header! Off the post! Is it in? I don't think it did. Oh my God, it didn't go over the line. We wanted the goal. Konza was screaming for it. I think it's been cleared off the line. I don't believe that. Villa thought we scored. Konza thought he scored. And now they have a chance for 3. It's a good save, Bizot. It didn't go over the line. Oh my God. Well, we're going to see. Did we have a Sheffield United moment? It's hit his hand. Yeah! Watkins scores anyway! Come on! 2-0 down! Ollie buries it! Oh my life. Well, the camera was trying to show replays. The ball just shows Ollie Watkins 1-on-1. He blasts it in. Ollie Watkins, who had 1 goal this season prior to today, has a brace this evening. Lovely finish. We're going to see the replay here. Long ball from Rodgers. Watkins 1-on-1 with Bart Verbruggen. And he finds it low into the corner. Go on, Ollie! That's what we want to see. That's the Ollie Watkins we want to see. From 2-0 down, it's Brighton 2, Villa 2. I mean, that is an incredible ball from Rodgers. That's Rodgers, another assist for him this evening, which is lovely. Oh, no, it wasn't him, actually. It was Ian Matson, I tell you. But it's another assist for Rodgers. He's had a very good recovery this season after a very poor start to the season for him. Brighton have, arguably, they have bottled quite a comfortable 2-0 lead here. I can't believe that. Ollie Watkins, who has struggled for goals all season, has now 2. I don't know what we're waiting for. Oh, there's going to be a check. Are you having a laugh? Goal given. Check complete. Come on! Goal given. Villa equalised. Come on! You know, you got to give credit where it's due. We have somehow battled to get this game level. I mean, they might complain only 6 minutes of injury time were given, and we played a lot more than that. And that will be the last action of the half. Aston Villa have pulled it right back at the Amex Stadium from 2-0 down. Ollie Watkins with 2 goals. I mean, I can't believe this. I cannot believe this. Guys, we got 82 of you in the TikTok live. I appreciate all your support. Please double tap the screen if you haven't already. I am live over on the Red platform as well. You can just type ajsTV pretty much anywhere and you can follow me to your heart's content across several platforms. Benjamin says Ollie Watkins is back. Maybe he is. I mean, I said when Ollie scores a goal, it reignites a bit of form in him. We've seen it. Was it at Stamford Bridge? He got his first goal of the season that year, and he went on a run of scoring, quite a few goals after that. He ended up with 19 Premier League goals, but he had none heading into the Chelsea game, and that was like 6 games in, like 5-6 games in, and then he got the goal, and it just reignited his form. He's a confidence player. He's a confidence player, Ollie Watkins, and when he gets that goal, his confidence is through the roof, and maybe tonight we can actually see proper Ollie Watkins gameplay, which we have not seen for the majority of the season. I mean, other than a chip shot over Bernd Leno in the Fulham game, Watkins literally hasn't hit the net for Aston Villa this whole season. Prior to today, Matty Cash outscored Ollie Watkins this season. Did you see Hurtsler struggling to get his coat? I didn't see that. I did not see that. Oh dear. I didn't even clock that. What a game we're having though at the Amex. What a game. Yeah. Oh, Mark Goldbridge also, by the way, said, "How is it? What's going on in the Villa game? How is it not a pen? That was for the Matson challenge." So Villa, arguably, could we have been ahead if we got given that penalty? You never know. It's hard to say how games can change, but if you were to back a team to go and win this now, you probably would say Aston Villa. I mean, Brighton were pretty shite for the last 20 minutes of that game. Completely looked shell-shocked from the goal back from Ollie Watkins. Other than like a couple counter-attacks, they were pretty rattled by Villa. And yeah, very nice to see Ollie Watkins on the score sheet. I mean, I can't believe this. Oh, it was Emery. Oh, Emery was probably just buzzing. Oh yeah, I think I saw that. Look, he's got a lot of emotions going on right now, So it's yeah, we'll forgive it. I got to give credit where it's due, and I barely mentioned it, but I'll say it again because it deserves another mention. The pass from Rodgers to Watkins was out of this world. It was like a 50-yard long ball that found Ollie one-on-one. And you won't find many players on the planet who will not only have the technique to provide a pass like that with the perfect weight, But to even like see it and go for it, genuinely, the credit has to really go in that situation entirely to Morgan Rogers, just for that pass, which is ridiculous, absolute ridiculous. And in fairness to Ollie, after a very frustrating season, and he already had a goal disallowed. Oh no, it wasn't disallowed. If he scored, it was disallowed. But he had a shot earlier that was saved by Verbruggen. So he's already had like a bit of push and pull with the Brighton backline. Has though got his brace, which is absolutely lovely to see. Evan Gesson has been completely isolated on the right hand side. He has just been utter shite though, so I'm not going to say anything about Gesson other than that. Hopefully he can come off and we can play with 11 players. That'd be lovely. How crazy was Fulham City yesterday? That was insane. That was insane. Man City. I was watching the game at 5-1. I turned it off. I turned the game off at 5-1 because I was like, well, there's no point now because it's over, right? As many would expect, it's over. Man City running rampant. Fulham couldn't defend, and I was like, well, it's kind of boring to watch this. I go on my phone. I'm scrolling, and then I see 5-3, and I'm like, what's going on? How on earth is it 5-3? And then, as I go and like think about putting it on, I see another notification. It goes 5-4. I'm like, oh my god, I'm missing something insane. But yeah, no, of course, I turned it off at 5-1 because I didn't give a shit about the game because I thought it was going to be over, and I ended up missing a incredible second half from Fulham. That's my bad. My bad for thinking a game City were winning. Manchester City were talking about winning 5-1. That they didn't just go and cruise the game. So yeah, my bad. But I did miss that, unfortunately, which I'm annoyed. Even at 5-3, I wasn't convinced. I was like, there's probably more chance of Man City getting a 6th goal. The fact he went to 5-4 was outrageous. Oh dear. Okay, we've not even looked around the grounds, by the way. I'm going to have a quick look at what is going on in the footballing world. We've got 4.3 thousand likes and 45 of you in the TikTok building. I appreciate all your support. If you haven't already, please double tap the screen. Follow the account. Not many Villa fans on here. And, you might as well support one of them at the very least. Elsewhere, Arsenal 1, Brentford 0 at the Emirates. Marino has continued his... I say run of goals. It's just one game, isn't it? But he's got back-to-back goals per games now for Arsenal as they try and extend their lead at the top of the Premier League. As we know, it's 2-2 here at the Amex. It's Burnley 0, Palace 1. Munoz has put Palace ahead in what's looking like quite a very even game. 58% of the ball to Burnley, 2 shots to 2. It's always a tough place to go, Turf Moor, but Palace have gone there and got something. Wolves were 1-0 down to Forest until VAR disallowed the goal. So under Rob Edwards, they're playing better football, Wolves, but I think the quality of their team is pretty shy. And if there's ever a game that will save Wolves this season, and I truly mean this, it's tonight. They have to win tonight. Otherwise, I think they're... And I always risk saying this every year because I always jinx it, but I think they're relegated this year if they lose tonight. Because they've already played Leeds at home. They've already played Burnley at home, I think. And they didn't win either of those. Forest also down there towards the bottom. You got to win these games if you want to survive. And if they don't beat Forest today, I think Wolves are going down. It is Leeds 1, Chelsea 0, by the way. Apparent title chasing Chelsea under Enzo Maresca are 1-0 down to Leeds at Ellen Road. As that game has only kicked off 15 minutes ago, but still pretty insane. It's also Sunderland 0, Liverpool 0, Sunderland 0 at Anfield. I've missed some comments. Thank you for the heart me from Victoria. I appreciate that very much. I'm sorry I missed that until now. And no one wants Arsenal to win the league, not because of the. Their fan. I 100% agree with you. Their fan base is just horrid. They are the worst fan. And I'm not even saying this. Like, they are the worst fans in the league. You take away bias. Obviously, Blues fans, we hate them anyway. But genuinely, outside of any kind of geographical bias, it is Arsenal. Arsenal fans are horrid. Not all of them. And I get on with a couple. There's a Arsenal TikToker on here that I do watch every now and then, called Gunner King, and he's actually, in fairness, I think he's all right. You know, we're not going to agree on everything, but he's pretty sound. And at times, I think Rory talks football is okay. At times, he can come out with some insane shit. Like he said, he'd have Robert Pires over Eden Hazard in an all-time Chelsea Arsenal 11, and that's just insane. I mean, I shouldn't even have to say that's insane. I should have to just say the statement, and you guys should, yeah. I still can't believe it. I'm still stunned by that. Mind Your Own says that Brighton. No, sorry, that's the wrong comment. I believe him, Marlon should be up front. He don't work every game as a lone striker. They said that Brighton player was playing basketball when the ball hit the post, but no pen. I mean, yeah, that it's one of those where it's a different rule for attacking versus defending. So if that is an attacker and it's hit his hand and then he's gone and scored, it gets disallowed. But it's like deemed as accidental with it being the defender, so it doesn't get given. It's like it's a weird split of the rule, which I don't agree with. My opinion, and people won't like this, I genuinely believe the only way you make the handball rule be less controversial, and we have less of these, is if it just hits your hand at all, it's a foul. And now we'd see a million penalties, right? But at least it's one of those where you know for a fact if it's hit the hand, it's a foul. It would cause chaos. It would possibly send the game into disrepute. However, there would be no more controversial opinions about handball, because if it's a handball, it's a foul. Whether that's defending your own box or in the build-up play to your goal, if it hits the hand, it's a foul. Game over. And that's how I would do it, because there's you can tippy-tappy around it all you want. There's always going to be opinions. And the sport, unfortunately, needs more clear-cut decisions rather than grey areas, which is why people complain about referees and VAR every single week. I just think if there's ways that you can completely narrow down any kind of grey area, it's not a bad idea to try and implement it. Unfortunately, it would be absolutely chaotic. But I think it'd be funny. It'd be one of those where, you know, you'd see some very funny penalties get given, but at least you'd know straight away, like you'd see the handball in the replay and be like, ah, shit. You know, it's not about like, oh, what does the referee think? Anyway, I'm yapping away. Guess some plays in boots and jeans. I said chinos and what else? What did I say the boots were? Timberlands. So pretty close. MPS said it has been a very good comeback. I'm very happy with this. I didn't expect it. Even at 2-1, I said, well, we've scored pretty much our only attack. There was another chance we had when Maatsen was fouled and we didn't get a penalty for it, which I still think is outrageous, as there's clear contact on Maatsen's boot, but it doesn't get given. Sent you the Twitter link for it on Discord. I shall have a look at this. I think I saw it briefly, but I was too busy celebrating the fact that Ollie scored a goal. You know, forgive me, Ollie doesn't seem to want to do that too often these days. So I'll have a look. Is it passion? It might be passion. Get your manager as Buzz Matney close it. Oh no! Oh, poor Unai. Unai just couldn't get his coat on because he was excited about the goal. I love Unai, man. I want him to never change. I love that man. Where would we be without Unai Emery? Where would we be? It's actually terrifying. You look at the managers we've had over the years, and then you compare them to how good Unai Emery actually is. because oh my god, it is still half time at the Amex. In fact, this is the last game to restart, as Arsenal are already 4 minutes into their second half. There was a lot of delays and stoppage, so I understand why this game is taking longer to restart. All the other games have had it. We'll see what happens as well. In those, I'll keep you guys updated around the grounds this evening, and hopefully, even just for, to have some competition in the Premier League, it would be nice to see Arsenal actually not win today, especially with them dropping points to Chelsea. If they can go 2 games without a win, I think that would be pretty good for the league, to be honest. Can't watch Guess good or bad. What all I'm gonna say is, Ruben, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm gonna say, have a guess. No reaction from me at all. Just have a guess. Have a guess. And you'll have your answer. Moving on. Holy Watkins is back. Let's not get carried away. And I say this in lots of ways, right, as well, because when Villa went like 4 games without a goal, people are like, oh my god, Villa in a relegation battle. Oh my god, Villa going down. Oh my god, this. Oh my god, that. And it's like, I remember saying then, you can go back on old streams. I have got the VODs for all the streams of Villa over on the Red platform. You can have a look. I said, look, well, let's not get reactionary. There's still a long way to go this season. Although I admitted it hadn't been a good start, still a lot of football to play. And Villa went on and won a ridiculous amount of games. And we went up, at one point, we were even 3rd in the Premier League, and we dropped down to 4th after other games had been played. And I'll say it again, let's not be reactionary this time about Watkins, because he's had an utter shite start to this season. He's had a very good game today. Ollie Watkins. But let's not get carried away. I don't want to hear like, Ollie is back. I don't want to hear like, best striker in the league shouts other than Haaland kind of thing. I just want to. I'll congratulate Ollie for how he's played today, and I'll give him credit, because after everything, he still had to push on and get to even get a brace after playing so bad. Apparently, also playing with a knee injury. I'll give him some credit, but I'm also not going to expect the world from him now. We have also kicked off the second half as well. We kicked off about 40 seconds ago. I was just busy yapping away. Victoria says, I'm so happy for Ollie right now. I'm buzzing for him. I think this will do him a world of good. I've said this a million times as well. And like, whether people want to agree or not, I still think it's 100% true. Ollie is a confidence player. And it's very obvious he's a confidence player. Because when he's playing very well, he's often on a good run of scoring form, which obviously makes him confident, and he goes and scores more goals. So Ollie loves a purple patch. Ollie is probably the most purple patch striker in the Premier League the last 3-4 years. When it doesn't go well for Ollie, he will have long stretches of games without goals. And he will be way more conservative on the ball. He will take less chances, less risks. Ollie chases a long ball here as well, gets it in the box. I mean, look right now. He's being way more involved than we've seen him in recent weeks. Rodgers, cross towards Gesson. It's basically cleared off the line in front of Gesson. I mean, that would have been a ridiculously fast start to this second half of Villa. But yeah, I don't think Ollie is a terrible player. I don't think he's an amazing player. I just think he's a decent confidence player. There you go. And when you get him going, I think he can genuinely terrify anyone. He's one of the players where I think he can be a genuine threat against anyone in the league. I also think he can be a genuine liability against anyone in the league. And there's no 2 ways about it. That's very nice from Gesson, by the way. He skips away from 2 players down the right. Still having Gesson, and he has been shoved off the ball. That's annoying. I wanted to praise Gesson there, because he actually mugged off 2 Brighton defenders. And then he tried to do too much, and he lost the ball in the end. So, yeah, I couldn't even last a couple seconds after praising Gesson before the praise kind of fades away. And when we get the Pokemon Lives part, at some point, I've only just come back to like my other content. I haven't even done many TikTok videos. I think I've done 1. I need to start doing them again. But the fans are divided by Watkins. I don't think it should be a division. Either way, no matter what your opinion is on Ollie, you should still support him while he's playing for Aston Villa because, we're a family club and players should be supported no matter what. But you're allowed to think someone should or shouldn't play. And I think based on form, even though he has scored 2 goals today, I still think Marlon probably should have played. And look, it looks great now that he has scored 2 goals now, but how many times didn't Ollie score, Brighton have it down the right. Ooh, cross, good header away by Torres, flick shot. It's a really reactive shot for Brighton that goes over, and I feel like one, defensively, we've been pretty shite today. There's a bloody hell. It was a Rabona cross. I mean, how often will you see that, by the way? Is it Minter put the Rabona cross into the box and Hinshelwood off the bench with his heel tries to flick it towards goal. The ball's played behind him. People hate too much. Ollie's been amazing for it. He has been amazing in general. I won't turn around and say, Ollie's not been a good servant at Aston Villa, but you can't tell me he's not been a good player at Aston Villa. Ooh. I'm surprised Konza's not hurt himself properly then. I've just seen a challenge he had, and I thought his leg was in trouble there, but he's back on his feet and he's seemingly okay now. Thankfully, that is not a problem. If Ezri Konza got a long-term injury, we are genuinely screwed. Surely a foul for Villa, by the way. It is eventually given, as Konza was being held quite aggressively there. Free kick. Bring back Stevie G, says Full. And this is a week for the shitters. Xerxes, Mount, and now Ollie. Ollie needs a sports psychologist for real. I think there's a genuine shout for that. Because, this is not normal. For someone to go so many games without a goal, and then he gets 2 goals in one game. It does make my point for me. Rodgers' cross is deflected. Villa get a corner. It feels like a basketball game, this, because it's so fast and direct from one end of the box to the other. It would be great for the neutral, I can't lie. This kind of, fast, free-flowing game of football. Brighton, I always think, play entertaining football anyway. It's not good for my heart rate. Because, I'll see Villa have an attack. Before I've even recovered from that, they've played a long ball down the channel. And then I'm like, oh shit, now we have to defend. I mean, we literally went 2-0 down after Ollie Watkins missed a one-on-one. That's literally how this game has panned. You stop watching the Villa game, you need to hate watch Liverpool. Bro, you hate watching a club that is, I think... Look, I know this is going to contradict what I said. I do think Liverpool are back. After they got their win against West Ham, I would be surprised to see them return to being shit again. I think the way they played was pretty decent. I know it is West Ham. I know it's West Ham before anyone says it. But I would be surprised if Liverpool aren't back. We'll see though. Bizot is in goal today, and Bizot had a nightmare for the first goal as well for Brighton, which doesn't help. And as much as I've not liked Martinez and his attitude about trying to join Man United, I will give credit where it's due. I thought he was terrific against Wolves and got us the 3 points. If I got Ollie Watkins on my mind. If Emmy didn't play in goal against Wolves, we lose that, I think. So it is what it is. It is what it is. We're notorious at defending. Bizot and goals today, no Martinez, and would be funny if we won the league. I'd be over the moon. It would be great, and even if it's just not Villa, I'd love to see a non-traditional top 6 team do it again. But I think we're gonna have to wait a very long time for another Leicester story, unfortunately. I mean, it is the likes of Villa, Everton, Newcastle who have the best chance, and we are still pretty far away from it. Robbo says you win nothing again. You're not even in the Premier League, and you have the audacity to say you win nothing. You were in League One. You played Exeter City and Brighton Albion in a league game last season. Do you have no shame? I have to say that you are closer to Warsaw. I probably care about Warsaw just a little bit less than I care about your club. in recent times. I couldn't tell you, honestly, I couldn't name you more than 3 Blues players. I know Stansfield being one of them because it broke the League One transfer record. And this is how sad it is. This is not even me baiting, by the way. I couldn't name you more than 3 Blues players. If that doesn't make you feel ashamed or sad about your club's little existence over the last like 15, 20 years, then I don't know what will. And I'll leave it at that. And they do, Benjamin. Ollie, I suddenly like him today. I wonder why you like him today, Eka. Is it the fact he's on a hat-trick, which I can't believe I'm saying on a hat-trick and Ollie Watkins in the same sentence this season, but it is being said. Cross on the right, deflected. I mean, that looked like he was heading towards goal with the camera angle we had. Thankfully, it swerved away from goal, and it's going to be a throw into Brighton on the far end. Allison just saved the worldie. Oh dear. And Paul said he's not saying anything until West Ham tomorrow. Oh dear. Oh dear. I mean, United are probably the only team in the league that would lose to 10-man Everton at home and then beat Crystal Palace. Hey, Warsaw's great. Look, Warsaw not a great football team. You know what? I reckon Warsaw would give Blues a game. They're top of League 2. Birmingham are like mid-table in the Championship. I reckon Warsaw would give Blues a game. There's less of a gap between the Championship to League 2 than the gap between the Championship to the Premier League. I truly believe that. The gap from the Premier League to the Championship is ginormous. Which it is because of the money, obviously. But it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Which is why you will constantly see teams rebound. And only the ones who are managed pretty shitely don't do it. And we've seen that with Leicester, who have a pretty shit manager. We've seen it with Southampton. Although Southampton's point record was that bad, I can kind of see why they've also not done great. But they're still, still like above mid-table. How's the game going? It is 2-2. Villa were 2-0 down. And it looked like it was going to be a very long night for Aston Villa. But an Ollie Watkins brace has managed to claw the game back. And to be fair to Villa, I think we were definitely the better team the last 20 minutes of that first half. Second half, we're 10 minutes in now. It has been very slow. Very low tempo, at least from Villa. Brighton love to mix it up. Brighton will play a bit slow and then suddenly thump the ball down the channel. And you're like, oh my god, we got like 3 defenders against 3 Brighton attackers. They don't play a consistent way. And it's quite fun to watch, in fairness. Cash down the right for Villa, cuts it back into McGinn. Oh, McGinn's not had a great day. McGinn has lost it. And here come Brighton with this high tempo, and they do play an early ball in. And it is risk reward from Brighton, but in fairness to Brighton, when it works, it's great. When it doesn't look great. And it didn't work that time. Villa have it with Pau Torres. Why is Welbeck on the bench? He probably should have come on, when their striker got injured. I mean, it was Pau Torres who literally rolled the ankles and limbs of that man so much he hurt himself and had to be replaced. And as much as it is funny, it also isn't. I feel bad, but he did get absolutely rolled. I've never seen a striker get rolled by a defender that bad they've hurt themselves. That's a new one for me. It was a prime Reyes save, made it look good by diving for... Okay. Camera save. Camerasdale. I used to love when Aaron Ramsdale's at Arsenal. He'd always do the camera save. He doesn't do it anymore, interestingly. He only did that at Arsenal. I find that funny. He only did those camera saves when he was in goal for them. I think they said he has a little knock, so don't want to risk him unless they have to. Yeah. Oh, maybe. Has Gesson locked in all of a sudden? Oh, well, Gesson did one good thing down the right. Let's not gas him up for that. It was good. But that's the only thing Gesson has done. Like in the second half, in truth. He's not even had the ball prior to that. Onana tries to play a long ball towards Maatsen. Very well won back, though. by Rogers into Watkins. Nice feet from Ollie Watkins. Maatsen down the left, cuts inside. Ian Maatsen into the hands of Verbruggen. It's a good save. I mean, he's thumped it straight at Verbruggen with his weaker right foot, but still, it had to be saved. That was all this, by the way, came from some very neat play from Morgan Rogers and good footwork from Watkins. Is Maatsen a little bit greedy there for shooting? I think, especially with his weak foot, it is a tad greedy from Ian Maatsen. Torres does incredibly well on the halfway line to win the ball back to Villa. Kamara is pulled back and the referee does see it, and Villa have a free kick with half an hour to play. And dare I say, we've also started the second half, the better team as well. I'm just going to have a look at their response to going 2-0 up and then suddenly being pegged back. Free kick to Villa. John McGinn is over it. For some reason, I can't look it up. Why? Okay, well, Twitter's just not working. Is my live gonna start ending? Because I can't load the Twitter page. Free kick to Villa. McGinn. Onana heads it across goal. It's deflected wide. I mean, it's a lovely free kick from John McGinn. Onana, essentially a free header as he cushions that back towards the middle. The you know what? I'll give the defender some credit there. It was who was it? Was it number 20? Was it Weaver? Number 27. He decided to back away from Onana to cover the cutback rather than challenge his header, and that was definitely the correct decision. He managed to block the header, reaching the dangerous part of the box. Corner to Villa. It's in swing towards the far post. Header! Yes! From 2-0 down! It's Amadou Onana at the back stick for Aston Villa. What a header! What a corner! It swerves all the way to the far post, and the 6'5" man mountain Amadou Onana has put Villa 3-2 up from 2-0 down. Oh my word. What a terrific goal from Aston Villa. 2-0 down this evening, and we've brought it all the way. What a head. I mean, that is absolutely outrageous. Incredible crossing. Onana beats 3 Brighton players to the ball. He's so unbelievably tall and strong there at the far post. I mean, De Kuyper's essentially holding onto his arm, hoping it will do enough to put him off. It just doesn't. It simply doesn't do enough. It's 3-2 to Aston Villa. Full credit to Unai Emery and this Villa side who've managed to pull this back. I was worried that this game was going to come... I thought it was going to be a nightmare, essentially, for Aston Villa this evening. And we still have a long way to go. But from 2-0 down, I am incredibly proud of this resurgent comeback for Villa. Now, De Kuyper down the left for Brighton. They look for an equaliser. Shot as he slips. It does go wide. And Villa we can breathe a sigh of relief there. As a bit of a slip from Minter as he goes for the shot. It does drift past the post. I love our Emery, very passionate on the far side there, celebrating the goal. I love his celebrations, bro. Amadou Onana is so cold. I love him. I love him. He is absolute ice cold. And the Villa fans right now are in absolute fine tune. All I can hear. All I can hear. Oh, we did give it away a bit sloppily there as we try and play it from the back. Onana's probably fouled his man. The referee doesn't give it though. And Villa can move away with it with Morgan Rogers. His pass. He tries to find John McGinn. In fairness though, I mean, Brighton can't seem to keep the ball. We do thump it long looking for Rogers and we give them possession of the ball straight away. I feel like Bizot should have just caught the ball and slowed it down a little bit there. He just instinctively thumped it back up the pitch. And I feel like, you know, now we're winning this game, we can definitely slow the tempo of this down. Where I'm watching the game, it's on Sky Sports, bro. There's 4 Premier League games, all on Sky Sports this evening. Liverpool actually stink of piss, says Full. Oh dear. Oh, free kick to Brighton in a good position actually, and I'll give them credit. They've responded. They've responded well to going 3-2 down. They didn't really respond after Villa scored the first or second, but I think actually falling behind. Bear in mind, Brighton are unbeaten at the Amex Stadium this season. You wouldn't expect them in the day that they were 2-0 up today. You wouldn't expect this game of all games to be the one that could potentially get them their first defeat at home this season. MHSS, it's just the Unai Emery way. We were pretty shit for the first half an hour of the game. And it took a goal out of nowhere that gave Villa some confidence. It gave especially Ollie Watkins some well-needed confidence. But our defending's not been great today, and they do have a free kick. It's flicked behind. It's going to be a corner. I think it's Ollie Watkins who flicked it behind. I am worried about conceding today because we have looked at 6s and 7s. 6, 7. Whoa, here you make the joke. We have looked pretty inconsistent at the back today. It's 2-0 Leeds. What? It's Leeds 2, Chelsea 0. What is going on? Chelsea, the title challengers. The title challengers under Enzo Maresca are dropping below Unai Emery's Aston Villa, who hadn't even scored a goal for the first 4 Premier League games of the season. The title fighters. The bald fraud himself, Enzo Maresca. I mean, his bottle usually comes later on in the season. 2-0 down to Leeds. And you know what? That Ayo Tanaka is a top player as well. Corner comes in for Brighton. Villa only half clear it. It's Minte. He puts it into the box. Header at the far post. Flashes over everyone. And Maatsen, rather than try and shield it out of play for a goal kick, he does clear the ball. I would rather him try and shield that. I think that's a better decision to make there, in my honest opinion. Or at least try and draw the foul. Lovely header across. Van Hecker's done really well, but no one really reacts to his incredible pass. And Villa do survive. Mark says, congratulations on the win. Mark, that is a crazy thing to say. We still have 25 minutes to go here. And Brighton have caused problems for Villa pretty much the whole game. Even when we'd actually started to play well, we were still getting caught on the break. So I think that's a very early thing to say. This game probably still has at least one more goal in it. That pass from Cash as well, back to Konza. I mean, that might have even gone out of play. Cash now clears it against De Kuiper. They want the corner. Konza he just had a little smile on his face there. I like playing against Brighton. It's usually a good game of football. Brighton always play entertaining football. I'll give him that. It is always that did go out of play, I think, by the way. Brighton always play a very fun style of play. It's like I said, it's hard to explain Brighton. It's a kind of a mix of everything. They do like to play direct, but sometimes they keep it short. They don't have like a set way. And I think it's very interesting. Their tempo flies up and down throughout the whole game, but they're very dangerous on the flanks, and that's where I think we can struggle and have struggled today, especially when the likes of Ian Maatsen like to push forward. There's a gap in behind him often, so unless we're going to tell him to maybe not bomb forward as much now, we'll see. But I am worried about what they can offer. I hope that we don't. I'd much rather us try and get a 4th goal, because that will probably help us win the game more than trying to see this out. Foul on Ollie Watkins, free kick to Aston Villa. And Minte puts his hand up to the referee. I don't think he meant to actually catch Ollie there based on his reaction. And yeah, I can't believe this. Leeds 2, Chelsea 0. Elsewhere, it's still 1-0 to Arsenal with 15 minutes to go at the Emirates. Burnley still 1-0 down to Crystal Palace. It's goalless at the Molineux between Wolves and Forest. So it's been pretty quiet for most of the Premier League this evening, other than this game. And I would say the only other game that's been worth looking at has been the one Ellen Road currently, with Leeds winning 2-0. McGinn's free kick is very heavy towards the far post, towards Onana, only half cleared. Cash gets it. Into Konza, gets a 1-2. Cash, left-footed cross is pretty shy, as it doesn't beat the first man. Kamara stops the initial counter-attack for Brighton, and the pass is honking. I mean, that'll be a Villa throw. That pass was absolutely appalling. Not entirely sure what that was about. Who was the one who played it? Was it? It might have been Gomez who played the pass. Oh no, I think it was Gomez. I think it was Gomez who played the ball, and it was a poor ball. Villa get a throw in though. Matty Cash, no way. Forest have scored. I think, have they scored? No, they haven't scored. You waffled. Onana slips as he shoots and it goes wide. I've been lied to. I thought Forest has scored. It is still goalless. Why are you baiting me, Paul? You don't often do that. Why would you say that? It will be a double substitution for Villa. Digne and Tielemans. Come on, boys! I know why we've done this. This is definitely more of the Haramble of Unai, which we don't often see Unai Haram. I do remember Haramble when he first got appointed and we were away at Brighton and we won with a very shit away 1-0 performance, and we had like 6 players at the back. And we defended like 30 yards from our own goal, and that was very Haram football from Villa. Maatsen, obviously the more attacking fullback for Villa, has gone off for Luca Dean, and now Yuri Tielemans is coming on for Aston Villa. I don't see who did he replace. It's a goal. Has it been given? It is a goal. Forest have scored. Oh my god! It was given. Igor Jesus. Wolves 0, Forest 1 in that massive relegation 6-pointer down at the very bottom of the league. Oh my god. Oh my god. It's a baiting, by the way. Oh, Kamara. Oh, is it Kamara off? I'm very surprised about that. I thought it was going to be John McGinn. Or Gesson. And I thought we might change their shape a little bit, but no. It is Boubacar Kamara. I actually don't agree with that change. I think Kamara... A game like this where you want to kind of hold on, in a way, with 20 minutes to go. I mean, I'd like Villa to try and go get the 4th goal, but... You know, we are... If it was at home, we probably would, but because we're playing away, we're definitely setting up more defensively. Which is why I think Unai likes Gesson, because one thing I'll give Gesson is he does track back. And you can't say he doesn't. In fairness to him, I think he does try and work hard to help the fullback. But that's probably like the one positive I can give Evan Gesson, to be honest. Paul, you just aired. Complete and utter air for no reason. Medford says, has Maatsen been very good? I think he's been pretty good. It was his cross into Ollie for the first goal that we scored. And he always poses a threat down the left-hand side. Erin says, Paul, Wolves. I mean, I said Wolves needed to win that, or they're down. And I still stand by that. I think that was a game they had to win. They've had so many of these relegations, 6 points. Who do you think it is, Paul? It will be my question, my answer to that. Who do you reckon? John McGinn for Villa out wide into Matty Cash. Cash finds Gesson. Evan Gesson for Villa squares it. Oh! It's just deflected wide. It's nearly an own goal. That has gone maybe, a foot wide of the post. Villa inches away from going 4-2 up. Evan Gesson's cross. Oh my god. What a save from Bart Verbruggen, I should say. Bart's not bugging. That's a great save. That's a terrific save. Very easily could have been 4-2 Villa, and Lewis Dunk, I don't think Dunk's had a great game today. He very nearly buried his whole team there. Because 4-2 probably would have wrapped this one up. Although we've already seen one team bottle a 2-0 lead, so you never know. Aston Villa do have a corner though, with John McGinn standing over it. The last corner that was headed in was from Matty Cash. McGinn's left-footed corner is awful. Get Cash on him. I don't care if it's going to be an outswinger. Get Matty Cash on it, bruv. Because that is absolutely honking from John McGinn. I love McGinn. It's not been his best game today. I'm going to say. In fact, to be fair, I have stats on screen. They also kind of back that up. I think McGinn he's typically more involved in games. He's kind of been a passenger today, and when he has been involved, he hasn't really done anything special in the nicest way. Guys, we have 34 of you in the TikTok building. Please double tap screen. We've I'll say it again because I can't speak. We've got over 5,000 likes today over on the stream. I appreciate you guys, all your support. Rail said, what a comeback. Yeah, what a comeback. 2-0 down. I did not expect it. I am very buzzing with that. McGinn hasn't been great. Bring on Buendia. I would have bought on Buendia. Because Buendia as well works hard in midfield. Look at the game against Fulham. One of the goals we scored is literally from Emi Buendia tracking back, wrestling, and bouncing from player to player, trying to win the ball back. And eventually him, along with, was it Bogard, who made the tackle. Oh, that's a loose ball. McGinn's got it. Oh, he only had it for about a second. But he's hustling and hassling them, and a free kick to Brighton's given because of it. But yeah, Emi Buendia's hard work in the midfield could probably help us today. John McGinn's took the ball off them and has made sure he's been booked for that. What? They tried to gain yards on the free kick and he stopped them from doing it. And they're complaining at the referee and he got a yellow card for it. What? Genuinely, what is that about? They literally tried to gain yards on the free kick. He's just telling them that it should be further forward, which is a correct thing to say. Header away from Torres, thrown to Brighton, 15 to play at the Amex. And it is still 3-2 to Aston Villa. The Villa fans singing McGinn's name at the far end. Elsewhere, still 1-0 Arsenal, 10 minutes to go in that game. What's the possession looking like? It's, still 63% for Arsenal, 37% for Brighton. Only one shot on target for Brighton. We do play Arsenal next at the weekend. So I was hoping Arsenal would have a little bit of a wobble heading into that, but it looks like they're going to return back to their winning form before they play Villa. Daniel Marlin coming out. Go on, Don! Go on, Daniel! Surely for Ollie, right? It's going to be a like for like. The shiny bald head of Daniel is about to come on for Aston Villa. I love that man. I love Marlon so much. I genuinely rate him so highly. Throw into Villa, tackle on Digne on the left-hand side. Half time at Anfield. It's still Liverpool 0, Sunderland 0. And yeah, it's Leeds 2, Chelsea 0. Chelsea. 73% possession away from home in the Premier League. Only one shot on target. One shot on target for Chelsea. They've done nothing. John McGinn coming off. I'm surprised. Konza gets the armband as the vice captain. John is off. And he applauds the Villa faithful who travelled. And it's, for Daniel Marlin. So we're going to have Marlin with Ollie up front. Really? In a game we're winning? I find that fascinating. Unless I've seen Ollie go off at some point, which I don't think I have. Yeah, no, it is. It's Ollie and Matt. That I'm surprised. You'd think we'd be chasing the game. It's Ollie with Marlin together. I am... Oh, wait, no. Is Marlon out wide now? Wait, I could be wrong. I could be wrong about this, actually. I'll tell a lie. They might not be technically together. We could see Ollie drift out wide. We could see Gesson go in the middle and Marlon out wide. Or we could see... Oh, it should be a goal. Villa! Gesson! What a save! Yes! 4-2 to Aston Villa! Is it Marlon? There's no way the Don has just scored! He's only just come on! And the Don makes it 4-2. Are you having me on? Are you having me? He's just Just come on. And his first touch of the ball is a goal for Aston Villa. Are you serious? There is absolutely no way. Daniel Marlon makes it 4-2. I was pissing about reading chat as I see Villa have a free kick. It's not even a free kick. What am I waffling about? It's a cross towards the far post. Flicked on. Watkins cushions it back in. Gesson's header off the line. And Marlon bundles it in with his kneecap. And it rolls over the goal line. It's not the cleanest of goals Marlon will ever score, but it is definitely enough to make it Brighton 2, Villa 4. And surely that is 3 massive points on the road for the Claret and Blue boys. I mean, Gesson is very unlucky for him not to score. It's a terrific save, actually, from Verbruggen, but no one there to follow it up, to help, no one to defend it. What is going on here? What are they checking? Offside? Oh, does Onana touch the ball? Onana don't touch it, though. Surely it's given. It is a goal. Hey! It stands. 4-2 Villa. Surely that's Brighton's first home defeat of the season. It's a 4th goal for Aston Villa. And yeah, no offside by Onana, who slid in on the goal line, but yeah, didn't actually get near the ball in the end. Need to update the scoreline over on the red platform. There we go. Brighton 2, Villa 4. That's surely it, right? Even with Villa's terrible defending today, and don't get me wrong, we have defended pretty badly today. That's surely enough to give Villa all 3 points this afternoon. That is surely, right? Got to be honest, very unexpected. I did not expect this. From 2-0 down, I did not see this coming. And we still have 10 minutes to go. You never know. If Brighton get one back in this time, I feel nervous again. But right now, I'm a lot more calmer. I mean, how amazing is that from Marlon, by the way? Marlon coming on, and with about 10 seconds of being on the pitch, Marlon making it 4. With his first touch of the ball. I mean, that's pretty good going. In fairness, that is pretty good going. And all of that came down from... all of it came from the save from Verbruggen from Gesson. Gesson nearly got his goal. Villa have acres of space here. Through to Marlon, but the pass is over here. I mean, Villa looking like we are running away with it here. Brighton look in absolute pieces out there. I can't believe this. I cannot believe this. What an unreal scoreline. Villa with 5 goals today. 5? What do you mean Villa with 5? I think there's a chance Villa get 5 today. There's more. I think there's more chance of us getting 5 than Brighton getting 3 right now, because they looked very dejected. Own goal. Oh yeah, Pau Torres. I forgot about that. Pau Torres' own goal. That was so long ago in my mind. There's been that many goals since. I've just completely wiped it from my memory. From 2-0 down. 2-0 down. 4 unanswered Aston Villa goals at the Amex Stadium. Not many teams will go here and win. And we've won pretty emphatically here. Credit where it's due. This has been pretty good. Apparently, Brighton fans were singing, "Just like Brighton, your city is blue." Well, I don't think they're singing that anymore. Clowns. Oh, they have scored. Okay. It might age badly. Hang on. Kalma. Van Hecker makes it 4-3. Oh my god, what a strike. What is going on? Okay, I might have jinxed it. I got too confident. I got too... Shit. Oh, I was getting too ahead of myself. It's Aston Villa. What am I doing? That's a terrific shot from Van Hecker. Oh my god. That's a centre half blasting it in the bottom corner from the edge of the box. Okay, well. Okay. Let's calm down here. Let's calm down, because Brighton will be up for this now. And I said if they get 1 goal back, suddenly I'm not comfortable anymore. And I'm not comfortable anymore. God's sake, boys. 4-3. Jesus, man. They've had 5 shots on target and scored 3 goals. You couldn't write that, honestly. Oh, my phone fell on the floor. When did that happen? How long has my phone been on the floor? Okay. I have no memory of this. What a very strange game of football this has been. Watkins through to Daniel Marley. I don't think he's going to get that. He has just been very handled there. Kean asks, "Are Villa having a good game?" You could say that. We're having a good game going forward. I think defensively it's been a shambles the entire game. I think we should. Erica, 100% agree. I think we should have kept Kamara on, especially for moments like this. Ball forward, well defended from Cash. Oh, nice interchange from Tielemans into Gesson, but Gesson's far too weak on the ball. And then he fouls his man in frustration. He's just not. He's not strong enough for the Premier League. He genuinely needs to. He needs to organise himself better. Oh. Good pass into Danny Welbeck. Welbeck, tackle from Onana. It's full to the edge of the box. Shot! Oh, my life. I mean, that surely took a deflection because Bizot doesn't even dive. What are they appealing for? I mean, he's got a booking for appealing too hard. What are they claiming for? Yeah, it's a corner. Well, it's going to be given then. So what are they moaning about? It hits the head of Torres. Jesus Christ, man. Kian said, "I'm a West Brom fan. I don't mind Villa. About support Premier team, I would." Fair enough. You support Villa. I got no gripes with West Brom. I only really hate Blues. I don't really have any kind of. I have no animosity towards West Bromwich Albion. There is going to be another double sub for Villa, which I'm not surprised. And it is Ollie Watkins off, so we're definitely going to compact the midfield more now. Emi Buendia coming on. So Marlon will go in the middle. And we're going to see Lamar Bogard come on as well. I am worried about this final 5 minutes. With how we've defended this game, I'm pretty terrified here, to be honest. Elsewhere, there's been... Oh, it's a second goal for Arsenal. They have got 2 now. That is 3 points wrapped up. Bukayo Saka in the 91st minute makes it 2-0. Elsewhere, it's still all the same. Cash goes long for Villa. It took a deflection. It's going to go straight back into Brighton possession. Oh, that's really good from Tielemans, actually. Tielemans managed to win a throw-in, flicking it onto the head of Lewis Dunk, who pushed forward. Salah's coming at half time, so Liverpool aren't scoring his Paul. Oh dear. You might have jinxed it now. Salah's had a bad season. Of course he's scoring against Villa, but yeah, he's had a bad season. Paul said more likely to get 5 than Brighton to get 3. By the way, yeah, no, I jinxed it. Honestly, there's a horrible clip moment if they go and get something from this game now, because I was laughing at Brighton. Not necessarily Brighton, but I was laughing about something, and then we go and concede from a long shot, literally seconds later. So for my well-being, I hope we don't bottle this now. That looks terrible. Darren says I'm getting robbed. Oh, don't do that. You need a corner for Brighton. Oh, they're probably going to get one, because Villa are definitely going to sit a bit deeper now, I think. So cash out. I have money on Villa Brighton. I get another 20 to. Oh. With how we've defended this game, I couldn't honestly tell you to not cash out. If I had a bet on, I probably would, because we've defended horribly. And we have Bizot in goal. He's had a pretty bad game. Like he's been like Olsen levels bad today. And I like Marco Bizot, and there is a good keeper in there, but I think he got caught. He got caught a bit cold with Emmy pulling out the game early, and then he made a bad mistake early. Oh, good tackle, but we don't keep the ball. Oh, they commit so many players forward now. If we get the ball, we could hurt them on the break, but I can honestly feel the fourth. As crazy as it sounds, after me being so confident, I can feel them get a fourth goal in it. I was hoping that we were gonna. Oh my god, good block from Bogard. I was hoping that if we were gonna concede, it'd be a lot later than what we did, because then all my confidence goes. Please, a corner, God, says Johan. They lump another cross in. Cushion's header, Danny Welbeck. His shot's gone, well, that was heading well wide. It took a deflection. Tielemans gets it back, but only briefly. Oh, life. Oh, this is, honestly, I can't watch this, man. This is horrid. The furthest player forward for Villa is Daniel Marlon, 40 yards from our own goal. Everyone is back. We're in like a back five here, almost. Cross comes in. Header forward into the hands of Marco Bizot. And please hold the ball to the end of time. I think he wanted to change his mind on what he wanted to do there, Bizot. And eventually he just drops the ball, clears it long towards Tielemans. He does flick it on Yuri Tielemans, but only straight to Lewis Dunk. He goes back to his own goalkeeper, Big Bart Verbruggen. I think it would have been nice to try and keep the ball there. I know it's inviting pressure and they like to press high, but I'd rather, if you have the ball, they don't. And if you have it, they can't score. So it would have been nice to try it. And maybe if we're struggling with the pressure, then thump it long, because you're probably going to lose the ball when you go long anyway. They play direct. Good cushion header from Digne back to Bizot, and Bizot will hold. And we're going to hold our breath to see 6 minutes. 6 minutes of added time. Chelsea have a goal back at Bellend Road. So that game is truly game on now, as they halved the deficit. We're going to wait to see who scored that. Chelsea did make a double change at half-time. Esteval has gone off for Pedro Neto. I'm guessing he didn't have the greatest of first halves. Konza into Cash. Villa are trying to pass from out the back. Cash's pass is shy. Maybe that's why we didn't do it, because we give them possession. Really well defended from Bogard. That's brilliant from Lamar Bogard. Brilliant from Bogard. That's a goal kick. Not only he slides to make the block, he deflects it back onto the attacker, and it's a goal kick to Aston Villa. And that's what I want to see from my defensive substitute. Go on, Lamar. Brilliant defending, Lamar Bogard. Yeah, Gibby, 6 minutes, fuck me. Well, we've already played one. We're down to 5. 5 minutes, guys. 61 of you in the building. Double tap the screen. I appreciate all the support as always, guys. Lovely touch from Rodgers. Is he going to hold the ball in the corner? He plays it into Marlon. Why run in the corner, you clown? Morgan, please run in the corner. Why? He tries to find Marlon. Look. Just please, bro, please run in the corner. Why are we trying to... We're trying to create chances, man. I beg. We could have held it in there. I beg, bruv. I mean, your ball knowledge is horrendous, because Bogard's a top player. Bogard is Mr. Utility Man and is incredibly useful. He didn't have the best game against the young boys, in truth, but he has been a very, very good squad player at Villa. I can see why Unai loves him, because he can play fullback, he can play in the middle, he can be a holding defensive midfielder. We've even played him as like a number 6 before. Like, he's kind of just slotted in everywhere, and it is the kind of player that you want, I think. Need a prime Xhaka long shot. Is it still goalless at Anfield? It is. 55 gone there. Arsenal have won 2-0 against Brentford, so they go into the Villa game with 3 points. in midweek. Palace have won away at Burnley. That slender 1-0 was enough at Turf Moor in the first half to win that. Elsewhere, in the 7th minute of injury time at Molineux, still Wolves only 2 points all season, 1-0 down to Nottingham Forest. Relegation 6-pointer. I said if they don't win today, they're going down. Well, it's almost impossible for them to win at this point. They don't look like winning at all. Tielemans finds Marlon. Villa could be on the break here. Marlon goes for goal. I mean, he's very audacious to catch Bart Verbruggen. It's one of those where if it comes off, Marlon looks like, he's got aura. And he looks incredible. However, it didn't work, and the keeper saved it. So, a couple lost aura points there. They put a cross in. Only half cleared. Long shot. Header. What a save, Bizot! Marco Bizot. What a save. Is that onside? Marco Bizot has to make a reactionary save as the shot comes in. It hits a Brighton man. I think it's onside. I think it's hit Welbeck and it's onside because of Cash. What a save, Marco Bizot. Yeah, I think Danny Welbeck has... I mean, he must be gutted he hasn't scored now, Danny Welbeck. Oh, now they've got another player marking the keeper. Corner to Brighton. Goes all the way through. Is it a flick header from Welbeck again? It wasn't from Welbeck again, was it? It's gone wide. It was Welbeck. Oh, my life. Welbeck in the box, who's the one who forced the corner with his flick header. What a save, Bizot. I'm seeing the save again. What a stop from Marco Bizot, who's not had the greatest of games today, but that is a incredible save from the Villa backup keeper. I mean, Brighton players had head in hands there. We have a minute to go, and Bizot's taking his time. He's been given a yellow card for time wasting, Marco Bizot, and he does go long. Looking for Marlon. Finds Buendia's back. Doesn't go anywhere, and Brighton do force it back to their keeper. There is a little press here from Buendia, and it nearly... Oh, not Buendia, sorry, it's Tielemans. It nearly doesn't work out. Good tackle forward. It gives possession back to Brighton, but it forces their attack to go backwards. They have 30 seconds. They pump it forward. Header forward by Cash. It's a bit... it's a foul on Bogard. Lamar Bogard might have just won the game for Villa, as Bogard, in a very, very dangerous position there with the ball bouncing the edge of the box, gets a foul, and surely that could be enough to win the game for Aston Villa. And people telling me Bogard's a bad player. People telling me Bogard's a bad player, by the way. That's what he can offer you in midfield. That's what he offers you in midfield. He made an incredible block earlier, stopping across from the left-hand side. And right there, in a melee at the edge of our box, a squad player like Bogard can provide that. Now, Bogard is not good enough to start for Villa, but he's an important squad player. Villa go long. Yeah! 3 points of Villa on the road. That will do it. Not great defensively. We were 2-0 down, but who cares? Villa have won the game by 4-3. Watkins with a brace. Onana with a backstick header from a corner. And Donyell Marlon, a minute, not even a minute, at what, 20 seconds? Maybe 10 seconds after coming on, rolled the ball away to make it 4-3 to Villa. And that will do me very nicely. I have a massive headache. It's been a very, very long game. Emotionally, physically, mentally, it's been tough. What a game. Villa at the weekend will play Arsenal. I am terrified for it. Thank you all for watching. In fact, I'm just going to have a quick look, actually. When do we play Arsenal? It is officially, if my screen will load, it is the 12:30 kickoff. It's a 12:30 kickoff. Aston Villa at home at Villa Park against Arsenal. Oh my God. I'm excited. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys again very, very soon. Oh,